ध्यायामो धवलावगुण्ठनवतीं तेजोमयीं नैष्ठिकीं स्निग्धापाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवतीं मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखीं वात्सल्या अमृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरं सङ्कीर्तनालापिनीं श्यामां गीं मधुसिक्तसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरीम् ॐ अमृतेश्वर्यै नमः. My prostrations are Amma's lotus feet. My namaskarams, love and greetings to all my young brothers and sisters watching me from various parts of the world. First of all, let me express my deep appreciation to the AYUDH Europe coordinating team and its members for keeping the flame of their inspiration and enthusiasm ablaze, even in the midst of all that is going on in the world. Let me take this opportunity to specially thank Robert and Rakshita, the General AYUDH Europe coordinators, for their dedicated efforts to make this project happen. My congratulations and love to one and all of you. Let me also say that I really miss being with you in person. I was looking forward to participating in this meeting of hearts as I have done during the last several years. However, we have to accept God's will and stay in tune with the Almighty while contributing our bit for the betterment of the world. Before I enter into the topic, let us pray for a few seconds, silently pray for a few seconds for world peace and for the healing of earth, the nature, and the healing of the heart of billions of people across the world. Now, I would like all of you to do a small exercise. Please listen carefully. I know you are listening carefully. Now, please close your eyes. Take a sweeping look around you. Notice every single object around you from the smallest to the biggest. The size of the room, the pattern of things, the chair where you sit, the table in front of you, the table lamp, the pictures on the wall, the sounds near and far, the air you breathe, the breeze that caresses, the breeze that caresses you, the trees, plants, and the tiny piece of the sky you see from your window. Everything around you. Just take a sweeping look. For a moment, imagine you are a passionate painter who is in deep reflection before capturing the beauty of this moment. Now, slowly breathe in and in, breathe in and freeze. Stop. You may still hear the singing of the birds, sound of engines, people talking, but within you, they become totally silent. Now, try to stand aside and be an observer. You're just watching, but you are aloof. Just watch. You are aloof. Watch your body, watch your breath, see things, hear things, feel things. But deep inside of you, remain totally aloof, uninvolved, unengaged. Everything around you are like clouds floating in the expansive sky. Let them come and go. You are the sky. The expansive sky. Immovable, unchangeable substratum of the clouds to move, to float around. You are still. Just experience the profound silence and remain just a witness. Now, the topic for today. The topic for today is act today for a better tomorrow. I would like to make a slight modification in the topic. Instead of act today for a better tomorrow, I would change it to act in this moment for a better tomorrow. Because according to God's law, the law of existence, there is neither past tense nor future tense. Existence, God has only one tense, present tense. This moment alone exists. So while adhering to all the man-made rules in our country, state, city, we should not forget the ultimate law of God, the law of the universe. That law, the law of Dharma, is above all the man-made laws. And a decision taken there is final, as God is the Chief Justice of the apex court of the universe. All other laws crumble into dust once that supreme law is enforced. And this is what we are going through now. And this is only a sample. We can't even fathom the intensity and impact if existence or God decides to enforce the real thing. As all of you are aware, humanity is exercising tremendous restraint at this point of time. We have proven that it is not difficult for us to live life with only minimum necessities. Correct? COVID has been an eye-opener. All over the world, people are taking strong resolves that they won't repeat the same mistakes again, that they will be more loving, compassionate, and caring to their fellow human beings and nature. But then, we had similar and just as intense so-called eye-openers in the last century alone. There was so much bloodshed. Besides the First and the Second World Wars, so many other wars were also fought between nations and communities. Humanity also suffered from the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. Numerous natural disasters, terrorist attacks, the list is long. And each time when faced with such calamities, People of all nations most certainly have taken vows that they would be more careful, loving, compassionate, and considerate in the future. Obviously, nothing changed. And soon people forgot the misery, helplessness, and the gloom they experienced. Yes, we easily do forget the lessons, especially when the lessons are for the common good. It's in our genes, unfortunately. Very soon we will slip into our old habits and begin to commit the same old blunders. Otherwise, how could we become so loveless, selfish, cunning, cruel, and treacherous even after going through so many extremely painful experiences in the past? So, most importantly, let us not forget, bold, capital letters, not forget this lesson we learn from COVID. First and foremost, each one of you should take a pledge. I will not forget this lesson I learned from COVID. And here, we must remember the lessons. In the future, every single day, every moment, whenever we start to do something, before every action, remember. So, here, allow me to share with you a list to remember. Number one, remember to find happiness in what you do. To find happiness in what you do. That's the first thing to remember. Make work more pleasurable. To be more precise, love what you do. The pure energy of love will transform your work into joy. While going for a trip, the journey itself should become enjoyable, not just the destination. And enjoyment, as Amma always says, is here now in the present moment. And there are multiple kinds of actions. One is result-oriented, another is future-oriented. And we do something today so that we get something tomorrow. In this case, the action is prompted by the result we expect in the future. It's like a rope tied around the neck of an animal. The pull comes from the future, and we are being dragged, helplessly dragged like cattle by our future. And what is the future? It's only a hope, a dream, an expectation. It's uncertain, unknown. And there is an action, there is the other type of action that is spontaneous and natural. It's neither future nor result-oriented, nor does it emerge from any preconceived ideas and pattern. Such action is an expression of your inner being, from what I am, not from what I want or what I want to become. For example, suppose you are walking along a street. There is a person walking in front of you, and suddenly you see the car keys dropping from his pocket, from the pocket of his pants. He keeps walking unaware of what happened. You pick up the car keys, hand them over to the person, and you don't pause to see if there is a press photographer, a reporter report the wonderful act of selflessness you just performed. You don't look around and make sure that the people in the street see the great deed you have done. You just hand over the key to its owner and walks away without expecting even a thank you. This is an example of natural and spontaneous act. In this case, you have to be thankful to the other person for giving you an opportunity to get a glimpse of your inner being, what you truly are, for the joy you have experienced from having no expectation of the future, no result. The contentment and fulfilling experience you feel itself is the result of an action performed without any expectation, with no focus on the result, the future. Watch people in action who have accomplished much in life. Watch a fine musician singing, dancing, or playing an instrument. Watch a great sportsman playing football. Watch an eminent sculptor working on an image. Watch an eminent scientist in the laboratory, a good teacher while inspiring a classroom. Watch our most beloved Amma giving darshan. Her every single action, she thoroughly enjoys everything. There is nothing too small for her. Everything, every seemingly insignificant things are important for Amma. So the process of creation itself is so pleasurable. When you act, you are making something. You are creating something. That's more pleasurable than anything else. So my dear brothers and sisters, focus on your action. Make that pleasurable, enjoyable. When you watch great people doing their work, the action itself is so much more glorious than anything the end could bring. Emulate them. That's the first thing to remember. And the second thing, the second point, remember life is all about managing emotions. Remember, life is all about managing emotions. Panic and emotional attack, even during this period, it can happen to anyone because this is a common thing. COVID attacked the whole world, irrespective of time and place. So panic and emotional attack can be a real killer in a lot of professions, from worrying to investing. So use techniques such as meditation, chanting your mantra, simple breathing exercises that help you relax and think sharply, overcoming an emotional roller coaster even in the face of hardship. Simple breathing exercises. Amma's technique, the one Amma gives in every single place, at the end of every single public program, Ma Om. So simple. Ma Om. Ma Om. Ma Om. Ma Om. Silence. Try. You will not stop it. You will do it every single day, maybe 3 or 4 times a day, because the happiness you get, the relaxation you feel, you experience, it's tremendous. So wisdom is not knowledgeability. This is a big blunder or a huge misconception that today's world have, especially the younger generation. So wisdom is not gathering information. It's not knowledgeability. It is your inner capacity to free yourself from the anxiety and fear about results, especially when it comes to discharging one's dharma to society. Now, point number 3. Remember not to lose sight of your goals by imitating others. Not to lose sight of your goals by imitating others. A soldier can see the farmer's life as peaceful and happy. A peasant can see the soldier's life as energetic and active. In the end, both are equally important. Instead of jumping onto the greener grass on the other side, look at doing the best with your abilities. It is better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to live an imitation of somebody else's life with perfection. Remember, it is better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to live an imitation of somebody else's life with perfection. Steve Jobs, the exponent, the creator, the advocate of Apple computer, Mac, says, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Number 4, Remember to be fair-minded. Try your best to treat everyone with compassion. Compassion in the world. What is compassion in the world? Because compassion, some people may think that compassion is something very difficult to practice. Maybe it is. For someone who is living in the world, doing business, in the army, working in the army, compassion may be an extreme thing to practice. But be fair, fair-minded. And that's what compassion, that's what you can practice when you are in the world. That is compassion that you can practice in the world. Fair-minded. If you start acting as nice to your foe as your friend, you will have lesser guilt. When I say foe, it is not just your, the neighboring country or someone who has humiliated you, insulted you, paved the way for your failure. No. For people, even your parents, there are people who think their parents are their foe. Their siblings are their foe. So treat them with compassion. Be fair to them, because you will have lesser guilt or emotional ghosts to fight within you. He alone sees truly who sees God in every creature and does not harm himself or others. Now, point number 5. Remember to create a balance between information and action, or knowledge and action. We have a bias towards gaining knowledge rather than acting on the knowledge. We seek great comfort in talking and analyzing information rather than acting on it. Unfortunately, our world is overburdened by more talkers and less doers. The immature think that knowledge and action are different, but the wise see them as the same. The immature think that knowledge and action are different, but the wise see them as the same. Number 6, remember not to run away from your duty due to over-analysis. No, don't run away from your duty due to over-analysis. Remember, once you have picked up a duty, never over-analyze and use analysis paralysis as an excuse for running away from doing great things. Analysis paralysis. Analysis, over-analysis can paralyze you. Don't do that. For instance, you are a good musician, but you wish to shift your area to practicing homeopathy. This is a disservice to yourself and society, because you can contribute so much to society through your music. It will also serve as a medium to uplift the level of your consciousness. You might like another duties and dislike yours. You might like another's duty and dislike yours, but still do your own duty and not another's, even if you can do another's duty very well. Or you will go on being caught up in the field of opposites, and there will be no end to your suffering. Number 7, remember to have faith in the law of the universe, the supreme law of God. Neither time nor life are straight lines. They are not straight lines. We have thousands of examples, experiences, to show that time and life are not straight lines. They will come back. They are cyclic. Everything, every single act will come back. A lot of times we become dejected and desperate. We think everything is hopeless and throw in the proverbial towel. We think that sad forces will win and we can do nothing about it. So rather than fretting over your misfortunes, keep doing your duty in the best way you can, and there will always be a bigger power that will protect the truth. So we may be leading different types of lives in different parts of the world. You may be the president or prime minister of a country, CEO, manager, teacher, artist, laborer, whatever based on the kind of life you are leading. Always remember, there is only a single law that operates on each and every one of us, and that is the central constitution of God. So every single action will be accounted for sooner or later. It's a circle, it will come back. Number 8, remember to be meditative. Remember to be meditative. Meditation is the art of tapping into the silent spot within and transmitting that into action. This will equip you with more clarity in thinking, listening, and guiding others. You will have more patience, more love, and more equanimity. 9, remember to be intuitive. Once we realize the silence within through meditation, then it is not the mind and its conflicting thoughts that guide. We develop another faculty, an intuitive mind, which enables us to take the right decisions at the right time with the right understanding. Amma says, to be intuitive means to be spontaneous. The first step towards being spontaneous is sincere and dedicated effort and hard work. The first step towards being spontaneous is sincere and dedicated effort and hard work. The second step is to let go. Forget all that you have done. Just forget everything. Because you already did sufficient effort and you did it as sincere as you can. The second step is let go, forget all that you have done, and be in the present, in a restful state of mind. And from that restfulness emerges the third step, and the intuitive mind begins to function. When you are relaxed, because you worked so hard during daytime, you sleep very well in the night. Deep sleep, no dreams, restful. The action you put forth in the morning, during the daytime, the sincere action, helps you to connect with the higher consciousness. We are not aware of it. But what is sleep? It is connecting with the energy source. That's why sleep is most important. Albert Einstein says, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. I would like to share an incident that was told to me by Brahmacharini Priya, actually Dr. Priya, who serves as a gastroenterologist at Amma's hospital in Kochi. When she was a student, one of her patients was diagnosed with advanced cancer. He lived 4 hours out of the hospital and had come to AIMS with jaundice and severe itching all over his body. As he was an alcoholic and most of his family had abandoned him, he lived alone working as a fisherman. Dr. Priya says that a common attitude doctors have towards such patients is they had been told that alcohol would kill their liver. Now they have to suffer. This is the common attitude. Though you might want to feel compassion, your mind drags you back to the thought, he did this to himself. And once the man received his diagnosis, this particular man, he shouted at the nurses and doctors and basically anyone who came near him. Since there was no cure, they offered him a palliative procedure to cure his jaundice and itching. Since he was poor, the hospital did it for free. Dr. Priya asked him to return in a month for a checkup, but he did not. Priya mentioned his absence to a professor, but he said the man was probably drunk at home. He would come if he had a problem. Anyway, he said, if you call him, he will just yell at you. So why do we worry? He was probably right. But Amma's words flashed through Priya's mind. Don't judge a person by their behavior. They may have suffered in ways you cannot understand. You cannot even fathom. Compassion should never have conditions. So Priya recalled these words of Amma and decided to call the man anyway. And someone picked up. When she asked for the patient, the person said, we have no delivery service here. Priya was confused. Finally, she realized it was the number of a chai stall, a tea shop near the patient's home. Eventually, Priya got hold of the patient and asked him how he was doing. There was a long pause. Then he said, did you really call me? No one has ever called me in my entire life. How did you even remember me? She could hear him sobbing over the phone. He could not get over the fact that someone cared. A few days later, Priya got a frantic call. Dr. Priya, come fast. Someone is here with fish for you. She thought it was a joke, so she hung up. 10 minutes later, another call. Please come right now. This man with fish is creating a havoc here. So when Priya got there, it was her patient with a bucket of live fish. She was so confused. He ran up to her, put the bucket in her hands and said, I still can't believe you cared enough to call me. I had to give you something in return. The best thing I could get was fresh fish. I caught them myself. See, I even brought them in water so that you would have the freshest fish possible. Please take them. The man's eyes filled with tears. He did not even have money for proper shoes, but he traveled 4 hours, stopping in between to change the water, just to give her the gift. Priya does not even eat fish, but she took them anyway. So the point is, such a seemingly insignificant act made such a difference in this man's life. He died 2 months later, but the tea stall owner called Priya and told her that the fisherman kept telling everyone about the special phone call until the day he died. So knowingly or unknowingly, the small acts of compassion, humility, patience, courage, and perseverance that Amma inspires in millions trickle down to millions more. This is the indescribable transforming power of a true master like Amma. Spirituality, people think spirituality is life negating. No, it is life affirming. The ancient sages valued and welcomed both external and internal worth. This is the path that Amma follows, creating a beautiful blend of science and spirituality, matter and spirit. And for Amma, the world and God are not two but one. Amma says, just as the sun does not need the light of a candle, God does not need anything from us, because God is the giver of light. Around us, so many people are suffering. Let us console them. Let us give them the aid they need. This is true love for God, and this is real spirituality. So before concluding, allow me to address the 3 questions you sent me. In other words, let me put the whole thing in a nutshell, because your questions were such that the whole talk can be the response for your questions. And you wanted me to cover, number 1, in a world that is seemingly more and more polarized, both politically and socially, what can we do to start connecting with those whose ideas differ from ours? So my answer is, try your best to connect with these people, but don't waste too much time and energy trying to convince them of your point of view. If people still see things differently, that means they are doing it consciously, or maybe unconsciously, one of the two. But one thing is sure, they don't want to listen to you. They don't want to cooperate. So why do you want to waste your time and energy? That's fine. They have their own views. Let them have it. But you, individually and collectively, through AYUDH, are enough, more than enough. Your unity and commitment are so powerful. There is tremendous potential in your togetherness. Tap into that. Channel that in the right direction, with the right attitude, at the right time. And that's more than enough. Connect with all the AYUDH members all over the world. That's my suggestion. Not just within Europe, not the Americas, North and South, but within India. We have AYUDH units all over the world. Create a platform, create a common platform for you to interact, exchange ideas, and implement them in their respective countries or cities, taking the local culture into consideration. Please. Now, the second question was, more and more young people are desperate to try and see change in the world. What should they start doing in order to precipitate the change? So my response is, say yes to at least one virtue. At least one virtue, say yes. Let it be love, patience, concern, compassion, forbearance, anything, small help. Saying yes to a single virtue will precipitate the change. Start from a small scale. Make small steps, baby steps. But say yes to one virtue. Mahatma Gandhi said yes to only one virtue, non-violence. And our Amma said yes to universal love. And you can also do it in your own way. Just take the first step, because the first step is the last step. The first step means when you make the first step, you should have the flame within you. The flame, the passion, the commitment, the love. And you sustain that love. Keep that flame ablaze, because that flame is most important, and that's why the first step is the last step. So the first step should be made correctly with the fire, the rest will follow. And number 3, given the ongoing COVID-19 situation, what does Amma and yourself, Swamiji, want to see from the youth in order to make change? Very simple answer, never forget these lessons. That's the one and only answer, as far as I am concerned. Never forget these lessons. Remember and practice what you have learned, because we human beings have this weakness to forget. So never forget the lessons. Remember and practice what you have learned. So my dear brothers and sisters, even though we were not able to physically be together this year, I am immensely pleased that we had this opportunity to meet, feel, share, and renew our faith in love and service to humanity and nature. May Amma's grace and guidance be with all my AYUDH brothers and sisters. Let us together pray. Let us together pray for world peace by chanting Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu 3 times. And before that, I would also take this opportunity to express my gratitude to Eknath and Andrea, the main organizers of this summit, and the entire summit team. So let us chant Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings all over the world be happy and peaceful. May the world heal. May the nature be healed. May all human hearts be healed. May everyone all over the world be happy and peaceful. Om Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Mata Rani ki jai. Thank you so much. Thank you.